Pulls up in the lips. He gives me the scoop about the fake ass troops and how niggas out there wanna play. I take another hit of the wet and then I blast them. Player, forward enough to go off the edge. I push another nigga off the ledge. So I stumble as I fly to the end. Yeah, my eyes kinda cleary and gun kinda heavy. I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when they're coming. Got the big pants on my chest, so I'm kinda gunning high. I went on my way to the west side. Up to the drive, so drive on. Like my daughter's came to the break, don't climb fighting's what I do. And niggas in my crew don't think like we think we busters and so we say fuck you and fuck. Tuck you in for the night. And you think about the paper at the funeral site. So when I'm hanging with the clique and we get in the bed, I feel good that the city of angels call me Black Superman. Hey, man, they went to your mama house, man. I don't know what they got. I broke, man. They looking for us, man. Call me on the house, man.
My fucking life. Oh, even fucking. What's up with the guys? My bad, guys. Oh my god, I'm so forgetting. Anywho. One girl, Maddie, what's up with it, man? Chapo, John Lowe, what's up with it, man? Chapo, Omika Fuel, what's up with it, man? Johnny Sullivan, let's see on street. What up, man? What's up with it? Chapo, Dubs, the Tattletale, Tattletale, no? It look like a string garden, no, man. A big old peanut head looking ass motherfucker, man. Hold on, dude, what the fuck? Well, I got like 5 lighters and I can't find one fucking lighter. It's kidding me right now. You want to know why I have 5 lighters? It's because I keep losing my lighters and I buy like 2 or 3 or 4. I'm like, God, I left it in the shot, I think. Chepo, John Low, hi Melly says. Melly says Johnny Low, that's right. Open everything. I'm trying to watch the video you just dropped. Oh, I know, my bad. Yeah, I just wanted to. I just barely dropped it back to back. I haven't done that shit in years. I usually don't like doing that shit, but I ain't trying to go to sleep too fucking late because I'm hours away from my house, and that's why I'm in my car. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Oh man, before I leave you guys, hold on. Or before I step away real quick, I might as well give you guys a song, right? Oh, here my jam right here. I'm gonna get a lighter real quick. Getting stuck inside the tank, thing, trying to pay my debt for all my sins. These penitentiary times be so heavy on my mind. At times, it's like I'm living to the top. I'm living in hell, look at my jail cell, stranded in the county jail, looking for my temper post sale. So I'm gonna pay the large tax, manage the fast tax, a blast, and wonder how long will I last. I'm just gonna say when I'm a top of but so you don't got break when I'm made it. I know I said it all before, but now I mean it. This is the meaning you born, so it's the player I'm taking. Even though you mad at me, you'll be glad to see the strategy you're making it come so easily. I'm acting in the morning, baby, like just me and you will give us a whole week. So as I come, I'll grab my strap, take my small range. It's not knowing. I'm gonna turn this shit into a song. You live, but now you out. I'm in the rich, love that is done. Words of perfection, send me money and look. Make a thing stay wild. Get how I feel. The mouth. I swear, nothing fast and working right. I'm just looking at you. God trying to get you, but you go damn. Steady up trying to touch us up before the CEO with the trying to jump in. Everybody squad, I'm in the end. Put a rush is bad locks in my clocks. From the best things, I touch you with those legs, and then in the head break, so the wolf, when I'm gone, from the street, some things I get so bad, look, taking comments, not remembering that it's already up six, it's maternity. Like a game of seal. The losing the banjo, principles, and the league having exceptional points of wellness. I know the town. I think it's beyond that. I think it's beyond that when it comes to that dude. Like for real, like he the sad part about it is school. What's up, my boy? Sad part about it is that this dude started off on YouTube. Doug, he started off on YouTube, like humble and all that bullshit, right? And to see his progression, to see the evolution of his character, or at least the revelation of his character, for him to reveal his true self in conjunction with the influence that Gunner has had on him, is fucking, it's sad, bro. But I definitely wanted to do a live since Exposure gonna jump on. I know my boy Chicano Tube's on live. Was gonna do a live anyways, but I know he scheduled it earlier. But I feel like we have enough of an audience to share. So Renegade Media, man. See, I send mine respectfully on the chat. I send mine, my boy. Appreciate you. Everybody up in here, man. See. That's a Bud Light drinking title tilt. Did I go all the way down? Put that up there. Serious question: why does Spock get a pass with Russell even though he was locked up for those charges with the Mexican rapper? Those charges, because everybody pretty much knows the situation with Tupac. What happened? Tupac was never involved. He was never involved in touching no woman or nothing. What happened in that motel room? This girl tried to get at him, and he shot her down. The dudes that his homeboys that were there while he was asleep took advantage of her. Unfortunately, them pieces of shit did what they did. But because Tupac was there, even though he was asleep and had nothing to do with it, they charged him, they convicted him, and ultimately he was released on bail for his appeal. They granted him an appeal. That's why he was bailed out by Death Row, Suge Knight. But Tupac never did that. He never did that. He never did that. It was the dudes that were with him in a motel room while he was in another room, crashed the fuck out or doing whatever he was doing. And a lot of people have this misconception. Appreciate the question. They have this misconception like Tupac's a rapist and this shit like that, but that was never the case. That was never the case. And before he could go back to trial and be acquitted, he died in Vegas, bro. Hope that answers your question. That's widely known. That's widely known. Machete, what's up with it, man? I said mine. I know my boy with his life too, man. I just had to come over here real quick. Not real quick, but I know he's doing his thing over there. Shout out to Chicano too. You already know. I know some of you guys watch him. You guys watch me and shit like that. But I wanted to come on live. I haven't done a live in a few days.
So, in the interest of keeping this channel consistent, I definitely wanted to, because the last few days I've been too tired, and whatnot. So, not that I need to explain it, but I definitely was gonna jump on. And I'm over here. I'm not even home, bro. I'm not even home. I have to get a few little appliances just to fucking bump some music and fucking do a live and chill with you guys. Órale, me ramfla, You know what, eh? Chales, eh? Mugroso minds. In my kid under the yard, you retarded. The one girl, Melly, she just scoping the scene out. VG says, so if a Mexican dude came into your cell with that paperwork, what would happen then? Well, you're talking about the prison system, bro. You talk about the prison system. Pac was black. The blacks would have to deem him this or deem him that. It's completely different when it comes to raza, browns, in California. So it really just depends, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought there was no explanations accepted. I'm talking about we're on the streets, bro. We're on the streets. That's what happened. The fucked up part with being locked up is that a simple explanation will not do. You know. Now with blacks, from what I understand, they have common sense. They ain't vicious like us. I mean, they can be. No disrespect to them. They actually listen to common sense. Um, it really just depends too, man. California, what state are you talking about, bro? Like, man, come on, man. It is what it is. And plus, we have the luxury of hindsight now. How long has it been since Park copped that case? So we have the luxury of hindsight and history now. So we know exactly what transpired, So it's not like I'll be talking about, like I said, as far as like, would that happen in prison, man? Man, I give a fuck prison, bro. For real, man. Fuck prison, bro. Fuck politics. Fuck all that bullshit, bro. I can't stand it. I hate it. I didn't like it even when I was still on the main line. I didn't like it, bro. I couldn't stand it no more, bro. And I still did my thing. Fuck. It's like the video that I dropped earlier. Like, man, 13 and a half years on the main line. The last 1.5 years on a level 4180. I think the majority of my time, the 4180s, fucking the shoe, everything, bro. And it's just like, it was a waste of my life. It was a fucking waste of my life, man. And you got dumbasses, you got JCats like Doug still fucking proud of that shit. And the crazy part is like, you would think that I should be proud of it, right? When I didn't tell on nobody. I didn't tell on a single soul. This fool fucking debriefed and everything, bro. And that fool still thinks it's fucking tough, bro. Like, dude, that's why I'm glad we have like dudes like my boy Exposed to 415. You got Bam Bam, all these dudes that are fucking at chemo. Shout out to chemo that are fucking sitting there, fucking, putting the fucking truth out there. With the chula, what's up with it? What he got? Kobe's case was probably worse to be 100. Oh yeah, Kobe's case. Well, as far as Kobe's case, what happened, man? I heard that shit was I heard that he ended up getting acquitted from that shit too, and it was all bullshit. I don't know. You guys tell me because I'm not too familiar with that. I only know what I heard from that too. I just saw your clip earlier. Yeah, good shit, man. Appreciate you, Joe Below. Stalking, Steve. Evil grandson. What's happening? What's happening? Uh, Napoleon count. Runner dogs got to pull a little toro. Huh. What's up, bro? I keep seeing that thumbnail, little toro. What's going on with that shit? Who is that dude? Like, I really don't even know who that fool is. Like, I don't click on those thumbnails. Like, real shit. Like, you guys gotta lace me up on that shit. Who wins the 40-yard dash, Gunner or Dubs? They'll both fall on their face. None of them can finish it. They'll fall down. They'll start sprinting and fall on their face within the seventh yard. No, but yeah, man, this fool try to say, bro, like that the algorithm on YouTube. Dubs try to say that the algorithm on YouTube is the reason why his views are low. Right. Yeah, a lot of ass niggas doing it like I said, man, let me get some motherfucking time. Let me get some motherfucking time to do the whole history on this shit. Cause I remember when Gunner and Dubs were literally salivating, jealous, bro. They were begging to go on No Jumper, begging. And when No Jumper started getting into beefs with his own people, and another thing too, man, Doug was like, "Hey, you need to worry about watching your wife getting taken down by other porn stars." It's just like, damn, bro, like talk about wives, talking about wives, bro. It's just like, man, what the fuck is it to you, bro? Like they always try to hit where it hurts the most, the family. But they're supposed to be righteous, right? They're supposed to be righteous. They don't ever talk about family, this and that, but they're talking about wives and all that bullshit. Like it's like I don't give a fuck if your wife is a porn star and somebody else takes her down. That's your business, you know. Like that's your wife. That's still your family. Obviously, No Jumper and his wife probably do it for business purposes, you know, money wise. It is what it is. Not gonna catch me fucking criticizing that shit or fucking talking about his loved ones, bro. Like it just really shows the hypocrisy, bro. The hypocrisy between these motherfuckers. They try to seem like they're righteous and all that shit. And Dubs with this bullshit ass laugh. His bullshit ass laugh. This fool was so giddy, so happy, so elated that he was mentioned on No Jumper. And he tried to say that the reason that he was mentioned was because they're hating on him. And the reason that No Jumper did the whole interview with Renegade Media, with Jay Hands, that the only reason he did the whole interview was to talk about Dubs. When that motherfucker got mentioned 2.5 hours into the interview. Like, fucking talk about thirsty, bro. Talk about desperate. You don't even get mentioned. You don't even fucking get mentioned, bro, until 2.5 hours into a podcast. But the podcast was done because of you, to attack you. Fuck, dude, that's just so thirsty, bro. It's like No Jumper asking about the prison genre. Let's just say he mentioned me, or he mentioned Exposed to, or he mentioned Mikey, or he mentioned whoever. And then I do a video the next day and say, hey, that fool mentioned me, and the only reason he did that whole podcast was because of me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that fool, bro? Like, thirsty ass motherfucker, dude. Like, it speaks for itself, bro. Like, you know, regardless of anything, man, No Jumper still has millions, millions. He reached the pinnacle of a height, a peak of millions of subscribers. Something that you're not gonna reach, Dubs, and something that you're still clout chasing on. Like I said, I still remember when your ass and Gunner were talking about him in a positive light forever. And once you've seen that they weren't going to talk about you or acknowledge you, you stopped talking about them. And then when did you start going in on them? When the whole controversy with Lush and all that shit started happening. And then that's when you started calling him not Mark 16, him too. Jumper, Adam 16 and all that bullshit and all that, like, whatever. It speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never done a single video on No Jumper. The whole time that I've been on YouTube, not fucking one time could you show me a video that I've done on that fucking podcast, about that podcast, when I could have done a bunch of them to try to get some views and all that shit, but I never did. You know, I kept expressing my experiences, my stories, and if my channel grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not gonna sit here cloud chase and try to hate on other fucking people, bro. Like, that's not gonna happen, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the one thing I will say is, you're not gonna fucking pull the wool over my motherfucking face, my eyes, my face, head, body, arms, legs, ankles, anywhere. And these fools are fucking over there desperately trying to go on TikTok and still trying to do that shit instead of going live on YouTube like they say that fucking they're all for the subscribers on YouTube. But all you see them doing is fucking TikTok this, TikTok that, getting pennies. Pennies. Asking for roses. Orale, pinche, tap the screen. Double tap the screen, guys. Let me get some roses. Let me get some galaxies. Let me get some fucking whatever the fuck. Let me get some tunas. Let me get some octopuses. I don't even think that's a thing. That's why I said it, but let me get some worms. Let me get some fucking tires. Fucking desperate motherfuckers, bro. Those names are on TikTok better than a young kid. And not only that, they start talking shit on random youngsters, bro. Like it's fucking embarrassing, bro. But like I said, man, that shit was the audacity of this shit, bro. For that fool to fucking sit here and still hate on Renegade Media because Renegade Media would never acknowledge these dudes, bro. You know, that's the number one thing that it's a long ass story with me. Um, it took me 8, 9 months to not acknowledge the whole bullshit. Like I said, I'm gonna do a history on it. Then once I did, I went down that rabbit hole because of certain, and I'm gonna make sure that I tell you exactly why I did what I did. But the best response is no response. And Renegade Meter, bro, he knows that. J Hands knows that shit, bro. You know? Uh, and that's like Dona Galaxia. That's right. The TikTok telethon shit is straight cringe. Oh yeah, Joe Below for real. What is that? Can't even see that. That a snake? A worm? Is that a snake or a worm? It's so small. Appreciate that. These three Joe Below now. Fuck, I hate being live on my fucking phone. Every single day. Really go. See, this is better. Just enough to keep it back, right? Late night. I wonder what they get off. Early morning, on the tones, what they get off. Dude, this is so slow. Energy right, what they can work. Got tripped on stepping on, now they come. I spent 4 years in the camp with none but convicts around me. But the think it's right. The fake golden years you can make. Where did that? See, they've been on TikTok all day after the supply. Damn, that's crazy. That's fucking thirsty, bro. Why am I seeing that word scraps in here? I don't like it. Big suit all day. I ain't tripping on all that, bro. Um, it could be scraps, like he's a fighter. He's a scrapper. AKA, we all knew it was coming. Dubs a validated hater. He will never get a big interview. No, exactly, bro. Exactly. You know what's crazy? He thinks that because he's on Jesse on Fire, man. Shout out to that channel. And I've seen Jesse on Fire before. So imagine my surprise. Um, even like months and months ago, bro, when once again I set a fucking trend. I'm not saying it's about me or not, but it's a fact. For those of you guys, remember when I started getting asked about Trump and this and that, and I stood on my ground as far as what my opinion of Trump is and all that, and then all of a sudden, fucking Dubs felt comfortable talking about Dubs, and that's when he started coming out the closet. And it's just like, damn, bro, it's like this fool never followed his own trend. He's so fucking insecure. He's so insecure, bro. For better or for worse. That's what that fool Timo, one of the subscribers, man, shout out to him. I don't know who blocked him. He hates Trump. And he was one of the ones giving me shit about it, you know? And I told him it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Like I will never be ashamed of my political beliefs, or if somebody wants to debate me politically or whatnot, especially when it comes to American politics, geopolitics, whether it be Democrat, Independent, or Republican, whatever the fuck it may be, conservative, super fucking liberal, super progressive, left wing radical, whatever the fuck it may be. L looks civilized now with the long hair. Oh shit, that's funny. I gotta take your. I'm not gonna be able to put your comments on, bro, because honestly, bro, it blocks my whole ability to be able to read your comments. My phone is like this fucking small. This is not even my main phone. This is my main phone. My my iPhone. Let's see. Joe Below, they're like Jerry Lewis telethon late on the Sunday, blurry eyed and shit. Yeah, it's embarrassing, bro. I was talking to Scraps, who's in the chat. I was talking to Scraps, who's in the chat. I was talking about Serrata TV that said that about the big suit. I don't know if that's what you meant. Who's Jesse on fire? This is a big platform. A white dude. He has a pretty big platform, bro. He has he has hundreds of thousands, bro. I don't know how many. He has a lot. Let's see. Okay, wow. Joe Below, Jesse on fire is some kind of famous dude from TV in the day. Okay, yeah. Uh, everybody on now. I was Flamingo Slap Scraps 113. MM right? Trump. Boom, Trump. Yeah, 100%, man. Percent, bro. Like, look to me, like I always said, man. Obviously, man. You know, I was gonna agree with everybody's policies, bro. But he has. Uh, this is why I don't like talking about politics, bro. Because uh, in order for me to go in depth about everything, like I will need somebody to debate with. You know what I'm saying? Latinos for Trump, 100%. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. What's up? We don't know how Dubs and Gunner are doing after last night. We haven't seen them together since Dubs left the live early after being ignored. Oh, that's right. That motherfucker, like he got muted, Scraps. He got muted on TikTok by fucking what's his face? Gunner. Uh the J Cat. That shit was fucking funny. I didn't even get a notification, bro, and exposed to him and everything. I was driving, bro. I was driving for a few hours and then fools jumped on earlier. Nightmare, what's up with it? They jumped on earlier than usual. So I was just driving. I was like, you know what, man? I haven't got notifications or nothing. So I hopped on to check exposed to, and he was already on live for like an hour and 55 minutes. I was like, oh shit. I started watching Jesse on Fire 30 years ago when his channel was about MMA. Okay. And it's Ruiz. Okay. 30 years ago? Sheesh. 30 years ago? That guy's great. So long ass time ago. Damn, that fool's that old, though. I mean, he had a podcast 30 years ago or 3 years ago. 3 years ago for sure. But you're talking about he has to be at least 50 if you started watching him at 30 years ago, 20 years old. And that's a young. As far as podcasts didn't start. If we're just talking about the news and MMA 30 years ago, that would have been what, 1995? Yeah, 1995? I don't know. Am I mistaken about 30 years? Or are you just clowning because that fool fucking wants to say 30 years ago, exaggerating? Appreciate you guys tapping in, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. You guys already know all that shit. Other than the fucking hype, I don't ever say the hype shit. It sounds kind of weird for me to say hype. I don't know. Sometimes I'm my worst enemy. Ganja, what's up with the man? What up, L? Hating ass butch. Like, dude was punching walls when he found out Jay was on no jumper. Oh, 100%. Again, um, that's not the first time that where was Jay Hans at? He was on another big ass podcast. I don't know, bro, but yeah, he was swinging in the air, and when he was ganja. Dubs was literally fixed fixated, literally looking at the interview, and 2 hours or something into it, he heard them talking about him briefly. He's like, "Oh shit, they talked about me," and he tries to pretend like one of his subscribers sent him a timestamp, like, "Hey, they talked about you at 2 hours and 33 minutes." And shut the fuck up, bro. Like you weren't on there fucking stalking that fucking interview, bro. Fucking bitch. The whole time he was like, "Can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this." Instead of congratulating, instead of congratulating Jay Hans, bro, they find and this fool literally tries to say that. Shout out to Jay Hans. I don't hate him. I just think he says a little too much. The same shit that he said about me behind the scenes, like, "Oh, I think he talks too much." Bro, you think we talk too much when you're the dude that debriefed and told on people? Like, what the fuck? Make that shit make sense, bro. Like, this fool literally told on fucking who knows who, bro. That's the crazy part. And he has the audacity to say that he gives up too much details. Like, that shit is fucking. Oh my god, bro. Like, the audacity, bro. Like, it's it's delusional, bro. He's really delusional, bro. And I blame it all, not only on him, but on Gunner. Because Gunner brainwashed him into fucking literally having no scruples, to literally have no pride, no shame, no dignity, and completely say what you need to say to win, to lie to people. Who gives a shit what the truth is? Lie, 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 faking it till you make it. Literally. That is the motherfucking slogan of Dubs and Gunner. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you motherfucking make it, bro. Joseph Goebbels, chief propagandist for the Nazi fucking regime, Hitler. You repeat a lie enough times, it becomes the motherfucking truth. Because, you could tell 10 people, like, "Hey, I heard this, I heard that, I heard this, I heard that, I heard that." And then they're going to go on and tell somebody else, and then that person's going to go tell somebody else, and so on and so forth. By the time, who the fuck is really going to take the time to see whether that shit's true or not? Not many people. So everybody's going to go and run with it and assume that it's the truth. And that's how propaganda and rumors are spread. And people take it as gospel. By the time that people find out the truth, you literally have to go and defend your whole character, defend yourself with proof, paperwork, and all that. And by that time, bro, you spent a year or two. And yeah, who gives a shit if people know the truth eventually, right? After the work, like, it's fucking crazy. That's why, like, earlier I was asked about the Tupac question. To this day, some people think that Tupac was a rapist, and he wasn't. And that's the crazy part, bro. Joe Below, I don't think that fool was back that far. I don't think so, though. This picture from Santa Barbara Times newspaper when he got busted looks like he's 120, 5'3". There's no way he was any type of caller, Melly. Okay, talking to Melly. YouTuber's only been around 20 years. I hype like a motherfucker, but that's just for phones. Juanita Serrata, and yeah, Dub is trying to get Gunner's attention. Gunner straight ignored him, so Dubs left. Oh yeah, that's right. 5'9" was Boxer Mendoza's channel was on. Yeah, but like, look, man. Jay Hans tried to get me to go on this channel, bro. I had a channel before this cat, bro, and I talked to this fool, right? And this was after my first channel got deleted. And I had just came down to Pennsylvania, moved from New York to Pennsylvania at the time, and I was talking to this fool, and he's like, "Hey, man, we're talking regularly." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I got a bunch of stories and shit like that." But I was talking about more or less like I'm gonna drop some when the time comes, the stories that I have not told on my channel that I can never tell.
as far as the MA and all that shit, right? MA members that I did time with on the yard personally, and this was like, hey, you should come on my channel and tell the stories, man. I'll tell them anonymously. I was like, man, shut your ass up. I was like, man, I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I was like, yeah, we'll see what's up. You know? But in my mind, I'm like, man, no, bro, it's not gonna happen, bro. You know, like, but hey, I don't blame him, bro. He was trying to hustle, man. He was trying to get some. He was trying to get some content and shit like that. I'm not gonna fucking tell my stories and shit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna tell my stories, I'm gonna tell them on my channel. And if it's gonna be those type of stories, I'm not gonna let anybody know because you know what I'm saying. I'm just not gonna give up that type of information, bro. And this me already being out on the streets and shit like that. And this one says Jay probably gave copies of his demo to everyone at No Jumper. Hey, yeah, he's never gonna make it as a rapper, unfortunately. Turbs, I mean, if he does for some crazy ass reason, hey, I hope him, I wish him the best, but no, that's not gonna happen. Terps, what's up with the Terps? Salutations, my people. What's up with the man? Big 10 Chevy sound like a Trump lie. Yeah, whatever. Let me see. Sounds like you only watch CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, and all them fucking burned out. If you still think that The View with all them fucking hags on there is a good thing to watch, oh my god. Uh, Let me see. Joe Below. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying in general. Chill roasted Dove's light yesterday. Pretty good. Okay, you know what? I seen him drop a video. 16 Alive. That's my boy. That's one of the few. He's one of the few people that actually have my personal number, as far as YouTubers go. Sean Tariq Watson. I just gave my number to somebody recently, and I should have never done that. Sean Tariq Watson says, "L, what's up, man? I'm sending mine, bro." The Run Girl Melly says Tupac was not a rapist. He was not. Let me see. Scrap says, "Yeah, I don't find it strange that fools ain't streaming on Friday." That's because they're on TikTok, bro. On a Friday on TikTok, trying to fucking get more followers so they could get more gifts and shit like that. Make no mistake about it, man. They know exactly what they're doing. They're all about the money. They're greedy as shit. Eric says, Melly, I agree, but Kobe and Tyson is a little sus. I know Tyson, that dude, I know that shit was like legitimate. I feel like that fool really did what he did. As far as Kobe, I don't know. I heard that that wasn't uh all the way like it happened. But as far as Tyson, I think that fool really did that shit. Robert says, "Who cares?" So it's like Michael Jackson, bro. Let me see. Robert says, "Who cares? So what? So what? Who hates you? If somebody don't like it, don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like the simple man drama." No, I understand, bro. I understand when you say that, bro. But there's a whole lot of history between me and these dudes, so that's why I speak on it. Now, if you're just a regular subscriber, a regular viewer, or a regular dude that has a channel, and nothing's been done to you personally with your family and all that shit, then I could understand where you have a nonchalant attitude about it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I'm concerned, bro, there's a reason why I'm doing this. You know, I dig some chill too, says Joe Below. That's right. Nightmare. Okay, to keep it 100, Jay could whip both dudes and run her together. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't underestimate nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't underestimate a gunner. I don't underestimate Doves. I don't underestimate Jay Hands. Anybody. You never know. One of them could get a fucking easy, fucking solid, lucky shot to the chin, and that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Scrap says chill solid. That's right. Serrata said, "What happens if these girls go with these dudes thinking it's sweet, and these guys that are famous and rich are like no rules? So when she gets crushed up." Sorry. Oh my ear.
Yeah, I tried something different on this right here.
When show's coming
But I know y'all
with
feel
the
it. I know y'all
rap
feel
about
it.
Dubs. I don't know, man. I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna hit him up, Eric. I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna text his ass. I mean, I could call him, but I don't really like calling people like that, bro. I just text him and I wait for them to respond. I'm gonna text his ass, see what happens. Well, key when it comes to hoes.
I never break the rules, and that's just how it goes. All my friends and foes know that's just how it goes.
Damn, you got jungle in the question. So I said, what happens if you, okay, I already read that shit. I think they're gonna have all the powers in my house. Outside the house?
It's got close to life and get high.
Inside?
My people have.
What talking about?
I'm thankful that a brother's faith. I
Shit, Joe's coming out with that. Okay, I was saying that shit. Joey Low, white words, you never know what kind of juice they brought them might have. Oh man, for real. Not even Jews, Jews or hands, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they call him J Hands. That fool must have some hands. You just never know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty confident in my hands, but I've been in a gang of fights, bro. I got scars all over the fucking place, broken nose, scars. You never know, bro.
what's going on out in the world today. Ladies,
Yeah, at least you always get the real coming from Stop Tone. That's right, Danny. Appreciate you.
sometimes people are hating.
Yeah, man, I've done too much shit. I've been through too much shit for me to ever lie, bro. From the beginning, bro. Like, I don't have to lie, bro. The number one thing I know I didn't do was the downfall. I wasn't the cause of anybody's downfall. And bro, and I had more than enough fucking resentment, meaning like more than enough reason to be mad and be vindictive. And I still left with my dignity intact. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video as far as the whole finishing the mission, right? That term is a new term that I heard recently. I can't. Who the fuck was the one that first said that shit? You didn't finish the mission. You didn't finish the mission. You didn't finish the mission. Like that shit is black or white. Like it's funny to me to hear somebody that never did level 4 180 time, didn't do several shoe terms in Corcoran shoe, Tehachapi shoe like I did, or even just Pelican Bay. You know, Pelican Bay shoe, whatnot, High Desert, Salinas Valley, all those prisons, right? And for me to hear somebody that's never even been through that type of fire to say, "Oh, it don't matter. You didn't finish the mission. You didn't complete the mission." It's just like, man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, I get it, man. I don't say it because I know if I say something, I know how to maneuver, be diplomatic, and not disrespect people. But it's just like that shit is completely unfair. And by the time I went to the other side, I knew the game was already over. I knew what do I mean by the game was already over. Man, when I first got to prison, the SNY yards were fucking damn near non-existent. By the time I went to the other side in 2017, that shit was already evolved fucking over a decade. And it's just like, damn, bro, like that shit was crazy. It's like, what the fuck am I hanging on for? You know, like, am I gonna fucking sit here and take out one of my best friends over that dude from fucking Watts, the Mexican mafia member from Watts? That's no good now. To this day, he's no good now. Imagine if I would have done that, I would have got sniped up. Oh, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm glad, bro. I was smart enough. I was smart enough not to fucking do what they wanted me to do, bro. You know, like because fuck, dude, like it's only a matter of time. The dude that actually gave me the phone, and I told this story. It's not like I haven't never not told the story. I just don't like really saying it on my channel. But the dude that fucking gave me the cell phone to talk to the senor from the MA, and when he told me my instructions, it's like that fool is no longer in good graces. He's done. The other fool got blasted, got stabbed the fuck up. He's no good either. It's just like any one of these dudes could have been like, "Hey, who killed this dude?" Or give him a hot shot. Like they would have snatched me up, even if I would have made it out. Statute of limitations has no murder has no statute of limitations. And shit, I could have been on YouTube. I could have been on YouTube if I would have done that shit right. No, if I would have told that kid, you would have never seen me on YouTube. First and foremost. But I'm just saying, you know, like When I first got on YouTube, and that's another thing too about completing the mission and all that shit. Nowadays, you see fools that are active on YouTube. Well, when I first started on YouTube, bro, years ago, bro, like you would never see anybody that's active on YouTube, bro. It was not allowed. Now, since it's been evolving, and the facts, the powers that be, the prison California prison powers that be, organization members and all that. I'm talking about something right now that I never talked about, right? And I'll keep it brief. Now that it's evolved into them seeing dropouts, TCs, whatever the fuck it may be, now they're like, hey, go ahead, do your thing, just don't say certain things. As opposed to before, you couldn't show your face, period, in front of a camera. Period. You know what I'm saying? So they evolved to the point where they could bend the rules or change the rules that were in place before. And I'm just saying I know because I know. I remember the rules from before. Um and that's why I really don't speak on it, bro, because it's like if I do, I get on the radar. If I don't, people assume shit. But yeah. Oh, that's all I'll say for now. Go below. I did almost a year on level 2 on the manufacturing beat. I did not complete the mission. Haha, you're fucking funny, bro. That's fun. That's hilarious. Yeah, that whole completing the mission shit, bro, the way that I grew up, right? I was raised by my older homeboys, bro. All my homeboys were on parole. They were all over 20 something years older than me. The closest homeboy that was my age was like 6 years older than me. You know, I was part of a fucking generation, the Dominoes, that they wanted to close that clique in my neighborhood because I was so much younger. Me and my canada was so much younger, my older brother. And but you know, when they seen something in us, we were putting in work. We were fucking almost pinche two Salvadorians that were fucking just fucking crazy as shit doing the thing. So they call me Louie, my canal. Anywho, my point is this, man. Like, I grew up every single older cats that I see on here with the old school mentality and all that shit. I know that shit inside and out, man. Trust me. I just don't ever talk about it because I don't like glorifying that shit, man. All that bullshit, bro. Like, completing the mission used to be known to us as you knew what you signed up for. That was the phrase. That was the phrase that I remember. You knew what you signed up for. And even then, it was just like, man, how the fuck? I went to prison to represent for my neighborhood. I started in my neighborhood before I even knew what the trece meant, bro. When I first met Sana, Senor, rest in peace, I didn't even know that fool was from that organization. I just remember saying, hearing my older homeboys like, "Hey, we're gonna come over here." That's the older homie. That's how they call him, the older homie. Back when they wouldn't even say that word, Emmett. You know, like it's just shit that I really don't talk about and shit like that. But that I will do a history on and shit like that because it really doesn't fucking matter no more, bro. But to me, it's just like I still kind of like to be vague about it and just kind of like, you know, just not say too much, even to this day, you know. Um, but when I hear these fools talking about completing the mission, this and that, like it's the same thing as doing time on level 1, level 2, getting out and never coming back. Hey, more power to you. Good shit. You know, you chose to hang up the gloves and all that shit. Some of us didn't have that opportunity. Some of us were putting in work, shooting motherfuckers, and we fucking caught decades in that bitch, and we got lucky enough to get out, you know, and that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's just like, you don't do a fucking 16 with half, or fucking 2 years with half, or 5 years with half, or 5 years, you get out and you get scared straight and all that shit. It's not the same thing as doing time on 180s, level, shoot terms, putting in work, hunger strikes, doing all that. And because I went to the other side or other people went to the other side, all of a sudden it doesn't count. It's you're no good. Like, you're a piece of shit. And I completed the mission, but you didn't. And when you didn't go through the motherfucking fire, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, you know. But since they're able to say that they're in good standings because they did a little violation here, a year here, 2 years here, they did their whole time on a straight line, follow the rules, never went against the grain, never took a risk, never did shit. They get out and decide to stay the fuck out. More power to them. That's a smart decision to make. Hey, I fucking applaud you. But don't think that those of us that had no choice and we had to traverse the whole shit for over a decade and a half or decades that you're fucking better than me. Because you're not fucking better than me, bro. You know why I know you're not better than me? Because you still think that being in good standings is a good thing. That is not a good thing, bro. Being a PC is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Any type of prison mentality, it's not a good thing. You know what's a good thing? Being a civilian, bro. Being a father, being a family man. That is a great thing. Being an American citizen, that is a great thing right there. Period. They want to get technical. They want to sit here talk about completing the mission and shit. I could literally fucking pull close through all your mentality. Completing the mission, all right. If you're still active and you didn't go to the other side, no, bro. Why are you still out here? No, fuck that shit, homie. What happened? When you became from your neighborhood, homie, you said you were gonna fucking gangbang till the day you died. Till the day you died. To the motherfucking day you died. Why are you still out here? Retired? You retired? What the fuck? You retired? That's not completing the mission. You're still on that mission. Go put in work. Like they said, the Mexicas, like that fucking dumbass says, the Mexicas are the ones. Man, shut up with that shit, bro. Like, I was one of them fucking dumbass Mexica motherfuckers, fucking putting in work, shooting motherfuckers, and doing everything that I could, even in prison, raising my hand, being a Sudano, being all that bullshit, bro. And because I'm in exile, right? I'm in exile, right? Because of the politics. Yo, but okay. Retired, dropped out. Yeah, you know what's crazy? These dudes, like I said, everything's evolved into this today. And it's a good thing. Don't get me wrong, guys. It's a good thing. I'm just saying for those that want to run their mouth talking about completing the mission and being proud of it. Bro, completing the mission is what I used to call dudes weekend bangers, weekend warriors. They would only come around the neighborhood on the weekends. They would work all week. They were the smart ones. They were the smart ones. They were going to have a kid and all that shit and decided to leave. They would only come around for 10 minutes. For those of us that were posted up in the neighborhood, strapped up, doing our thing, they would come on the weekends. What's up, my boy? 10 minutes, and they would leave. I gotta go. And we would stay nowhere to go, sleeping in cars on the run, sleeping in stairs. When the enemigos used to come and blast at us or fucking come and tag and all that shit, we would cross it out and go right back and look for them and smoke them fools if we could. And these motherfuckers, oh, you completed the mission? Come on, bro. You are weekend warriors, bro. Period. Ain't nobody could tell me today that you completed no motherfucking mission if you retired. That's cool. You retired. You didn't complete no mission. What mission did you complete? You left while you were still ahead, and that's a good thing. I could literally sit here and say and poke holes through all this mentality, bro. Fucking crazy, dude. But it's been a long ass time, man. It's been a long ass time since all this shit has been happening. And, like, I'm still going to do a video. It's going to probably reflect a lot of the things that I said tonight on the whole completing the mission, in which AKA fucking, all hanging up the gloves and all that shit. Like I said, man, it's like, not acting no more. Like, come on, bro. Like that shit was for life, bro. The way we grew up, it was for life. But I get it, man. They have to say what they have to say. Good standings and all that. Like, man, fuck out of here with that all that shit, bro. Just remembering my uncle in the 90s, bro. When I was a kid, late 80s, early 90s, bro. But I was a kid, bro. Into the mid 90s to the late 90s when it started banging and all that. Like it's just like it's just crazy, man. It's crazy how everything's evolved. But like I said, man, at the same time, it's a good thing, you know, because the gaming used to be, it's not what it used to be. And that's, like I said, it's a good thing. Anybody pretending like they're still badass and this and that, what does it evolve into? Rappers that we're real ones and we're this and we're that. Come on, man. For the amount of times that I heard from lifers, all my Sundays were lifers. The majority, 98% of my Sundays were lifers. And every single one of them told me, if you could fucking get out, stay the fuck out, bro. And this were on level 4 180s, at war with Nathaniels, at war with the Bulldogs, you know, like, at war, bro, and the shoe, all that, like, for real, like, they seen, man, I'm amongst dudes with the date. I had a fucking date. And I was just one mission away from catching my third strike. And get out and stay out. To this day, man, I told her, man, for those of you guys that have not seen all my videos, especially on my first channel, for me to retell all those stories, man, I would literally have to sit down and take the time to do it. I probably will eventually. But it's just like when you hear dudes like Dubs and Gunner recycling fake stories and telling fake stories and they're pretending like, you know, I hate to say it about to bring him up again, but it's just he's a prime example of somebody that is a fake motherfucker that did more time. So this is what this fool did. He was one dude that instead of putting in work, he hid behind the Mesa system. He kissed ass to the people that were in power so that he got in contact with one of the legends. That way, he wouldn't have to put in the work. That way, he could hide behind the whole thing and send dudes to put in work. A lot of dudes used to do that shit. And what happened to them? They ended up getting validated. When I got to prison, bro, I seen all these motherfuckers getting validated for drawings for nothing. But if you're on the mess line, you were involved, you were the first ones that were going to get hit. First ones that were going to get snatched up, sent to the shoe with the indeterminate validation, with the validation part packet. Period. All them dudes used to do that shit. Not all of them, but the majority of them used to do that shit to hide behind the cause, that power structure. So they wouldn't be sent to put in work. So they'll have access to phones, even before the cell phones. This is before the cell phones too. Drugs, all that bullshit. Scary motherfuckers, bro. That's the type of dude that Dubs was. Period. He was one of them dudes. I know exactly what he was. Exactly what he was. All high power, fucking oh my god, this fool is like dime a dozen in there. He was a dime a dozen. I made this Yamada, I made that Yamada, this and that. Man, shut the fuck up. Your bitch ass up. And what did you do? What did you do? Instead of you holding your water, being validated, what did you do? Even before the hunger strikes, bro, you tapped out. You debriefed. You tapped out. And a regular soldado like all of us went through the hunger strikes and everything, bro. damn near give our life up. I passed out twice on both hunger strikes, bro. One on each. Fucking pussy ass motherfucker, bro. Exactly. People say, well, what's up with him? Because there's a huge difference between him and Doug's life. Oh yeah, when it comes to an boxer from fucking from Marta, that fool was I mean he was a whole completely different type of caliber. Caliber, you know what I'm saying? That's a real dropout right there. Like meaning like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but this fool acts like he was him, like he was doing things. When there was thousands upon thousands of dudes like Dubs, if indeed he was a mesero, I was offered a seat on the mesa in New Corcoran for my homeboy from my city. And I declined it. I declined it after I did my 15-month shoe with Centinela and C6. I went to New Corcoran. I declined it. Why? Because I didn't want to get validated. I had 12 years left. That was it. Everybody was getting snatched up. I knew the most I could fucking last was like a year or two. And then I was going to spend the rest of my fucking term in the shoe. I wasn't going to be fucking warehoused there for that long. So what did I do? Assisted, sold, make money, sold drugs, made my money. And whenever somebody needed to get got, I put in work. That's the route that I took, the soldado route, a sureño route. There's very few dudes. All these fucking pendejos were probably trying to be made and shit like that. And around a time where the books were closed. After the hunger strikes, the books opened up. Nobody would have ever foreseen what happened with the Asker lawsuit and everything. Nobody would ever foresee after the Asker, the short corridor lawsuit, bro. Jesse Fuentes Simple, man. Fraud, sold up the legends. They were always slammed down the shoe. I did tiempo with those. Can only, yeah, I know, bro. He could only fool civilians. 100%, bro. Nah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, but he's gonna continue lying, and that's why he never mentions me, bro. You know, like one thing is for me, you guys to see me on the live with him, and another thing is for this fool to ever mention APA. Like, you insinuate but never said the name because he already knows, bro. He already knows, bro. I put in more work than that piece of shit. I put in more work than that motherfucker, bro. Real shit. Facts. Talking about my paperwork will never stack up to yours type shit. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. If anything, I was smarter than your stupid ass, bro. Fucking thirsty ass motherfucker sucking nuts on the mesa, bro. Becoming a mesero, like, oh, you're using that. You couldn't hang, bro. You couldn't hang. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get one of my homeboys, bro. That was in New Folsom. No, actually, he was in New Folsom way after, but he remembers your bitch ass, bro, about you, bro. You're a fucking liar, bro. You're a fucking liar, bro. And everything that you did, you embellish it by putting extras, bro. Put extras on that shit, bro. And it's always you that made a llamada. It's always you that made a llamada when if you were part of the mesa, motherfucker, all the other meseros had to be in agreement. So you were the main mesero everywhere you went? You're fucking Santa Bruta, bro. Cut it out, dog. You're from up north, my boy. You're not even from down south. You're an upstate Sureño, bro. Cool. No disrespect to upstate Sureños, but you're an upstate Sureño, my boy. You're from down south. Scraps, don't stress. No, I'm not stressing. If anything, I'm having fun. If anything, I'm having fun, bro. The thing that I'm pissed about is the whole completing the mission mentality. And it has nothing to do with this fucking JCat because obviously he didn't complete the mission, right? But I'm not even stressed out about him. Yeah, I'm talking about him too, but it's just like that's why some of my homeboys still fuck with me, bro. Like because they understand. They know what's up, bro. The game's been over, bro. The only ones that are still in the game are the ones that are locked up on the main line, and there's very few yards, bro. I mean, compared to what they used to be. Um, I mean, obviously in the feds, they spread out and all that shit, but it's crazy to know what the system is nowadays, bro. And like I said, no disrespect, man. That the facts are facts, like so. Well, I was counting upstairs when I was locked down. They were always 10 years behind us outside. Am I lying? No, yeah, no, I know what you're saying, bro. But I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way towards him. But he thinks that he's from down south. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I met some good ass motherfuckers from upstate sureños. I'm not saying that fuck them or they're clowns. I'm not saying that, but they're from up there. They're from up there. 180s, level fours, anywhere they were embraced as camaradas, and they were camaradas as equal as anybody. Just like they have senoras from up there, like just like they used to have senoras from that were from up north. Just like the Nuestra Familia used to have they back in the day they used to have members from LA and all that shit, my point is with me saying that, Jerry, is that this fool really thinks that he's from Southern California, from LA and down. That's what Southern California is, you know? No disrespect to Bakersfield or the Central Coast or nothing like that. It's just like in the system, there's Sureños, of course, Southside, whatever. Just like a Sureño from San Ho, Sureño from Sacra, Sureño from anywhere, Salina, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's many Sureños from Salinas, but I'm just saying, like, um, that's what I meant by that. That this fool tries so hard to be down south. Man, shut the fuck up, bro. You ain't from down south, bro. We are south. Never 13 and a half Santa Barbara. It's not upstate, my boy. It's like the side. Haha. I know, like I said, Central Coast, no disrespect. I'm just saying, bro. But this fool, look, just like Jerry said, from LA down, that's what we consider Sureños. You know what I'm saying? From down south. You know what I'm saying? Bakersfield and the side, like you're saying, I can, bro, let me get under his skin, bro. You're messing up the whole plan right now. I said mine, bro. You messed up my whole plan right now. Oh shit, my shit charge fast. And what's that shit? Nah, I can't even say it. I can't even say it. I was gonna say something real quick about TikTok, but I don't wanna tell my card just yet. See. But yeah, like I was saying, man, like motherfucker talking about the legends and this and legends, bro. Like I guarantee you that this fool's whole time in prison, right? How much time did he do on the main line? What did the paperwork say? Out of 24 years, what do you do? What do you do? Like 9 years, between 9 and 12, 9 11. I still did more time on the main line than him. And this motherfucker, bro, told, what is that, Weddle something? What up, saludos, se Costa Mesa. What's up, Eddie? Oakland, what's up, Oakland? You got geographical like we do up here regarding the Bay Area. No, I know, bro. I'm telling you. I'm just trying to tell you. You messed it up for me, Serrata. Oh, Widow Bun. That's right. Yeah, Widow Bun. It was man, like that in itself, right there. The fact that he volunteered that information, it's like you literally gave up a dude that was above you, and you're hearing like, and you're willing to cooperate. It's just like, but you keep lying about it. Who did I tell on? Who did I tell on? He knows. He knows that the dudes that he told on are most likely still active, and they're not. And they're not going to sit here and divulge that type of paperwork. They're not going to sit there and go on YouTube and be like, "Hey, Dubs Joker told on me. Here's the paperwork." They're locked up. They're lifers, and they're made members. So he has the luxury to be able to say, "Who did I tell on? Who did I tell on?" Let's see. Legends would be like, "Who is this gunner fucker?" Oh, they know who he is. Trust me. They know who I am. They know who Gunner is. They know who all of us are. Trust me. Make no mistake about that. Um, they know who we are. I did, and they know who Renegade Media is too. That's why I try to tell Renegade, bro, like, hey, bro, kind of chill a little bit, but yeah, when he's doing what he's doing. I did 8.5 on mainline state and 4 in USP feds. That's right, Jerry. Let me see. Good thing you're out. I'm assuming you're out. All that time was wasted, my boy. Every single one of those years was wasted. I'm pretty sure you could agree with that. Hold on, real quick. I was watching this dude. I think his name Campolero or something like that. Um, and the thing with the what that dude was saying as far as this comes to it's kind of related to the whole completing the mission and shit like that, right? You knew what you signed up for, as I knew it as. Um, if you like that dude truly believes that he is who he is, meaning he's active to the day he dies, that's what he loves. In the purest type of way to me is just like, why are you still out? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you still out? If you truly believe that, it don't matter if you're 50, 60, 70, if you truly believe that, go out there and put in work. Go do your thing. If you're ever going back into the system, I respect that. It is what it is. If you truly believe that shit, not hanging up the gloves and all that, I can't say nothing. To me, it's like, okay, you're gonna go until you complete the mission, right? That's what completing the mission to me means. You're in this motherfucker until you die. You know what I'm saying? In the hood, in the system, all that. There ain't no motherfucking retirement. If you retire, shit, that's a smart thing to do. But that's how I used to think. The purest, you know what I'm saying? Purest state of mind, you know? But that's one dude that I was shout out to that dude because um one thing that he was saying is like it wasn't all bad in the system, you know. Everybody, whether you got to the shoe or at SAG or on the tier, shit, even BMU. When I got to New Cork and I was in BMU, boom, the camaradas. Yeah, they had kids, the whole kitty shit set up and everything. But on a 180, bro, like the kitty, like before the army from the pod even offered you something from the kitty, camaradas, when you were in orientation or whatnot, they would come by your cell and shoot you so fast. Here you go, a little care package, deodorant. By the time you were finished getting shipped on the camaradas, you had a couple of deodorants, you had about 8 soups, you had a bag of beans, you had a bag of coffee, you had a good ass care package because several camaradas on the tira would come by. Hey, what's your name, homie? This and that. I mean, obviously, whether it be the hole or on the main line, if you're in the hole, if you're on the gallo, I mean, they're all fish to you, send you shit, once you're on the gallo. When store day came and that said, boom, everybody, every single tier, hey, did you make it? No, we didn't make it. I'll get at you in a little bit. Hey, homie, so and so, did you guys make it? No, I'll get at you right now. Hey, did you guys make it? Yeah, we made it, bro. Gracias, homie. They'll be the same ones asking other camaradas that didn't make it to tienda, to canteen, was, you know what I'm saying? A shot of coffee, couple of soups, you know what I'm saying? If you got lucky, maybe they give you a little bit of chips and a little bag, you know what I'm saying? But it was enough to get you through the motherfucking the day, couple of days. You know what I'm saying? On the main line, it's much easier, you know, on the main line. You know what I'm saying? The camaraderie, that's my point. That Fucampoleto was saying that shit. It's just like anybody that's done time like that throughout the years, yeah, we miss that shit, bro. You know, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna do videos on this shit because I never yet actually gone into the specifics on this channel. My first channel I did, as far as how I felt to be after falling out of grace and all that shit, and how I felt the first time I went to the back, when I was on the guy or shit like that, because I spent a decade and a half almost on the main line. And just like, you know, so it's so there is positives, man. You make the best of what you can to do in that motherfucker. You know, to make the best out of what you have to deal with. You know, um, but only those of us that really know what we have been through. Um, there's a reason why we don't glorify this shit, man. It's because, you know, that's not something that we wish on anybody. You know, but anybody's gonna make the best out of it. You know, there's some good ass people in there, bro. There's some good ass camaradas in there that are still locked up. Whether they be the ones that I still remember are the ones that when I was active, when I was still on the GP. On the other side, I stuck to myself, bro. You know, the only thing I cared about was who my celly was, check this paperwork, and the dudes that were surrounding us, dudes that had bad paperwork, like child molesters, rapists, and shit like that, they were getting blasted off the yard by homies that were lifers. And yes, yeah, this is D Yard in Kern Valley, New Delano on D Yard. Look, now I'm not trying to fucking glorify it or nothing. I'm just telling you exactly what was happening over there. You know, they were even getting rid of the chirujos, bro. They were trying to fucking put they were even trying to put trannies in one block, and the homies, the ex homies that were coming from A and B yard and the active side from New Delano in Kern Valley, they were taking it upon themselves to get rid of these cats. You know, like because they were doing weird shit in the shower with each other, and they were just getting rid of them. Any dude that wouldn't come out their cell, even the COs, go check out Hector Bravo, man. Go check out that prison guard because he already knows. He should know the tactics because the COs were the ones that were letting motherfuckers know, like, hey, this dude right here, he never comes out, or this dude that comes out, he has this on his paperwork. And the homies, like the ex-homies, dropouts, whatnot, lifers, were getting rid of these dudes. Getting rid of these dudes, you know? Um, and it's just like he's one dude that will tell you, bro, like, you know, Hector fucking he interviewed me years ago. Now, he interviewed me years ago, man. When he first started this channel, I left for a few years after that. I wasn't like for my first channel. I'm glad to see he's doing good. Um, but you know, like to me, it's like a lot of shit happened, so I stepped away. But you see him trying to come back here, but even then, I'm not consistent. As consistent as you think I may be right now, I'm not being consistent whatsoever. And I used to do at least 2 videos a day, a live every day for years, bro. Like, you know, and we'll see what happens. Uh, now 20 activists go on the bus, only 5 get off. Thank God for the She World. Man, that's crazy. Scraps, man, you better be behaving tonight too, Scrap. Okay. The one girl Melly Scraps, we going live later. Okay. Hector's my boy. Yeah, Hector, yeah, for sure. Hector Bravo, Joe Below. Hector Bravo might be a cop that he keeps it 100 of how he fucked up the CDC. Well, that's the thing with me, like, you know, even being locked up, bro, we had a rapport with the COs, bro. Like, We had a rapport with the COs, man. It was what it was. You know, we were convicts and there were COs. You know, Hector Bravo was in Centinela on CR on the level 4, the 270 when I was there. Literally, he was on CR when I was on CR. Um, but I don't consider a CO to be a cop necessarily. He's a guard. He was a guard. You know what I'm saying? Um, but even then, I don't think there's anything wrong with cops, bro. Um, I don't think there's anything wrong with cops, man. The way I've always rationalized it, not even rationalize it, the way I rationalize it for people to understand where I'm coming from is this. Let's say you're locked up, right? And somebody breaks into your family member's house, your wife, your kids, your mom, your grandma, your uncle, your aunt, whatnot, right? And you're not there to defend them. They say you're the biggest gangster in the world, you're a killer, right? But you're locked up and you can't defend them, right? Would you want the cops to come and help them? You know, would you want somebody to call the cops to come and defend your family from a home invader, from a predator or anything? Otherwise, anarchy would fucking prevail. You know, like I got respect for cops, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's certain cops that I don't have respect for, but as far as COs, man, COs got it as bad as us almost, man. Them motherfuckers got PTSD just like we do, man, because they see the violence. They're the ones that have to break up the fuck. They're the ones that have to break up. Those of us are stabbing somebody fucking to death, you know, like pepper spray us and shit. They get beat up too and all that shit. They're in the war zone too. So if anything, I would think that they're like kind of like a sort of militant army as well. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that I don't like on the streets is the gang units, the corrupt ass gang units that we used to beat up in school, and then they grew up to be cops, gang units, and they used to come looking for us and try to kill us and shit. That's a lot of shit. This is 90s shit. Anyway, um, Mr. Tech LDU, drink beer every day. Um, on my live, I do. Every time I do a live, it really just depends. On my lives, I definitely drink. Um, there's days that I don't drink. That every live I do. That's why I do my lives. Appreciate you. The one girl, Maddie Hector, isn't a cop anymore, though. He was never a cop. He was a CO. I know what you're saying, though. Trouble, since I hear you, Maddie, one thing that you always have to remember is that there's no honor amongst thieves. Kept, it's kept me alive. It kept me alive. Double and this fucking script is so small. Some say once a cop, always a cop. I'm ambivalent on that. No, 100%, man. Like I said, like I just explained, it really just depends on the situation. You know, it's always good to have mixed emotions about that shit. Ambivalence, nightmare. The one thing that really bothered me when I had to sit down was I couldn't do shit to protect my babies from inside. 100%. I was brought up. The cops are never called. I already know you want those came up the same way, but life ain't so black and white as I've learned. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, bro. Like if I'm out here, you think I'm gonna call the cops? Fuck no. This shit that I can't even show you on this live, bro. That I'll use to defend my family. You know. Scrap says different kind of hurt, Mr. Checker. That's right. You do you, homie. Yeah, 100%, bro. Whatever I do it responsibly, bro. Hey, I'll ask about me. I say just ask. Yeah, that's what I thought. I love that video. Oh, you're talking about Dubs? The live? That motherfucker's a piece of shit, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, but like I said, man, I just trying to put things in perspective. Like, if you're not out there to be able to protect your fam, like, wouldn't you want the authorities to fucking, Imagine if there was no cops in the world, right? If there was no motherfucking cops. Yeah, they're a fucking pain in the ass, bro. Don't get me fucking wrong. But honestly, since I've been out, bro, every single time I've been pulled over, but granted, I've been in other states too. I never had a bad experience. It's only in the neighborhood with the gang units. Why? Because I was in a situation. I put myself in a situation where I was doing stupid shit. Yep. Mr. Texas, hell, hey, L, he's still in denial of that. Yeah, for 100%. He's just super denial, bro. Super denial. What year did this song come out, guys? Who remembers this song? I was gonna say this shit, but oh, this shit in this song. Well, my fur baby mama. When I met my fur baby mama. I met my fur baby mama. I only have two kids. Man, you killing it with that thumbnail. I see you. Okay. What thumbnail? I was let's see. I would would you go to the store big on the inside a lot? No, bro, not always. When I was in New Corcoran, yeah. Oof, I had it good, bro. Set F, a C yard. I was there for man, I was there for almost 5 years. Um, I was doing my thing over there, bro. We're making money, bro. I mean, we're slanging, of course. I had a phone. What? This is in 2000 and 2009, 2009, the whole 2010 into 2011. Uh, a couple years before that, we didn't have it like that. Um, the whole time I was there on the lockdown, when we went at it with the Norteños, we called it the Father's Day Massacre. It happened on Father's Day of 2009. Um, it kicked off with the Norteños, or well, the homies kicked it off against them. It was fucked up, you know. Um, yeah, they had killed camarada and New Delano in Kern Valley, and they had rushed the camaradas in Pelican Bay. For those that remember, um, there was an norteño that had a derogatory tattoo against the South, against Sureños, and the camaradas asked them to tell him to put his shirt on, and instead of them, doing it, they rushed the homies, and then they killed the homie from Pozole and New Delano. So those of us that were in New Corcoran, Sad F, a C yard, it was January, not January, June. Was it June 23rd? Between the 21st or the 24th. Can't remember the exact date, but it was Father's Day of 2009. It was supposed to happen 3 days. It was supposed to happen on a Wednesday, but it happened on a weekend. Um, um, I have a story on my channel, honestly, bro. But when I was there after this happened, um, every single one of those camaradas that left on that, um, they got a 6 month indeterminate shoe, and that was that. They all got transferred to different prisons, whatnot. Those of us that stayed, man, bro, we had it good. And we were locked down. We were locked down the whole time. The natives, bro, the Indios, the Native Americans there that were getting the casino checks. like clockwork every single month. I was going at least $400 of store to the point I used to get $200 at canteen on my door, and I had the camarada down the way get the other 200 of store. The amount of time it took for them to, I used to give them $50 of that. So 150 used to come to me. So I had $350 in store in my cell underneath the bunk. The sodas. Actually, at the time, we couldn't have the sodas. They had taken it away from us because the white boys and the blacks were at war. But the rest, we could fish them underneath the door. But the amount of time it used to take to fish that on the line, imagine fishing 400 soups. Soups were 25 cents each at the time. And then the chips broken down and all that shit. Like I said, we were on lockdown. It was just a lot. It was a lot. But yeah, that was the only time I had it good for a couple years there. Other than that, when I went to another prison, I had to start from scratch. And I used to always fucking my hustle, my initial hustle would be saving up my jellies, saving up my fruits, my juices, whatnot. Um, I could make some of the best vodka white lightning, like a lot of dudes can in the prison system. Um, $25 a tumbler of white lightning, right? And 16-ounce tumbler, fire, fire. I used to sew up connects. Used to give him 4 cups of white lightning for a gram of carga, or break down a gram of heroin. 13 papers, selling for $50 each. Maybe about 4 of those for store. The rest for at the time it was mail outs, but then it transitioned into green dots, PayPal, whatnot. And I'll pick up more and all that shit. And I used to get my TV and all that shit. I used to fuck around too, so you just flip, you flip, you flip, you flip, you flip, you flip, you flip. They were straight up wizards and RJD brewing up drink. No, 100%, bro. I always had every single prison that I went to, not every single one, but every single prison that I went to, I try to get a a kitchen job. The majority of them, 4 different prisons, I was in the kitchen, linebacker, cook, scullery. Man, bro, that was the way to get sugar, bro. I used to put that shit. I used to fucking wear for my blues. I used to put my thermal bottoms, tie them at my ankles, right? Tie them at my ankles underneath my blues, and every single time, bro, I would stick jellies in my pants, and it wouldn't go past my ankles. Because they used to try to pat us down sometimes or walk us out, depending on the cop. I knew what day to do it on and what day not to do it on. So I used to walk out with jellies stuffed in my fucking pant legs, and they wouldn't fall through, like I said, because my thermals that were tied at my ankles wouldn't let it through for my shoe at the bottom of my shoe. And bro, I used to stack up, stack up, stack up, stack up, bro. You already know, man. The kitchen jobs were the lick, man. They were the lick, meaning it was a come up. Talk with Stan, big ups to Renegade Media for doing this. No, yeah, you know what's crazy? Not even crazy, like it's a trip, man. I still can't remember what can't remember what podcast he was on. No, shout out to him, man. Like he 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 blew up. You know, he's still doing decent and all that. You know, he has his own little thing. He decided to go in um completely, fully on the organizations, and for that he's always going to have a target. But I'm pretty sure he knows how to take care of himself. Um, but like I said, he knows how to take care of himself. You know, he has his own niche. Um, Me, I can never do that because I just not gonna do it, bro. I don't feel comfortable. But you know, to each their own. To each their own. You know, takes a big man to acknowledge haters in a good way. Well, that's the thing. That's why I did the video that I dropped earlier, and I'm doing this because he knows what they're trying to do. He's not gonna go in on them. So Jay has nothing personal against these cats. You know, the reason I go in on Dubs and Gunner is because Gunner did a lot of shit to me behind the scenes, exposing my address and all kinds of shit. This is something that he has not done to Renegade Media or Dubs either. So Renegade does not have. He's never acknowledged them because he's never had nothing like this being done to him. You know, like, but that in itself is commendable. I was the same way, like I said earlier. And once they started, you know, doxing me and doing all kinds of crazy shit, you guys gotta understand, like I said 1,000 times before, it wasn't only 2 channels going at me. It was at least 10 or 15 channels doxing me, everything, bro. Like it was crazy, you know. Um, but he's had the same recipe that I had at the beginning. It took me 8 months to even acknowledge this shit. But it's a lot, triple OG and all that shit. But anywho, I don't want to fucking keep repeating that shit because it doesn't matter. But he needs to keep doing. Renegade Media, Jay Hans needs to keep doing what he's been doing for years now. And you know, it is what it is. One thing that I respect about him is that just like in my last channel, I used to put up shorts with my kid and everything. For those of you guys that remember me having my kid, from the day he was born till now, man, like even the last Thanksgiving video that I did, like he does the same thing, you know, like with his kid and all that. Like that's really what it's about, you know, taking care of your family and all that, you know, like. So me, bro, I'm sorry. At this point, ever since I acknowledged it the first time, there's no pulling back. Anybody talk shit on my family, I'm gonna go at it. You know, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna defend my family, bro. Real shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Got a little cold. Fucking so-called about the hate is real for these clowns. No, 100%. They hate the fact they hate the fact that Jay Hands is in a dying podcast. So if No Jumper is a dying podcast, why would you even bother to do a video on it? Once again, Gunner and Dubs were begging, bro, to go on No Jumper for years, bro. And until they started buying subscribers and all that shit, like, and they started getting exposed, No Jumper's never gonna fucking fuck with these dudes. So look at No Jumper. he knows that he knows that Jay Hands, right, is a dropout, ex Northern Rider, and all kinds of shit. And he had him on his podcast, right? Before he wouldn't have had that on his podcast, but now he does. So what does that tell you? That this dude is open now, especially since before he was affiliated with active gang members and all that. Sean, what's up, Sean? That's right. I appreciate you, bro. Taco Stain, Adam called Dubs a stalker. No, and then they were stalking him. They were stalking him for years. begging, bro, to go on his podcast. And it's just crazy to me, bro. Like those of us that remember, it's just like, damn, bro. Like it's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing when you see a motherfucker like Dubs really trying to rewrite history, and it's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna fucking happen with those of us that have been here for years. It's not gonna happen. Nightmare. What's that? What's that face right there? It's too small. So I said, appreciate you. Yeah, no, man. It, it's just a trip. It's a real trip. Let's see. I dropped that video earlier. Basically, they're kind of like keeping it like a concise video. I feel like a few of the things that I forgot to mention, I've already mentioned it here. Only 8 likes. It's all good, my boy. I'd be forgetting to hit the like. Even when I'm out there on Exposed Tube saying, hit them likes, guys, hit them likes. I go back and I forgot to hit the like too. Hey, hit them likes, guys. What's that new shit? The hype shit? The hype button or some bullshit? Guess we're the world wonder what's at 32. I did that video earlier, man. She was real. Yeah, hypes that. It's only for phones. Only for phones? Oh shit, okay. Oh, I haven't even noticed. You sipping or not? Because I is. That's right. I poured a beer in my cup before I started the slide, but honestly, I'm not. I don't even feel like drinking, bro. I've been taking a couple sips, but I mean, since I've been on, we've been on here for 2 hours. I poured a beer, but I don't really feel like drinking like that. I only drink beer, guys. It's a pain, nature. I drink. I drink a strong beer. I'm on that 8.5 all you right there. That's that's bitter. Like any IPA, bro, that's just bitter as shit. IPAs, man. Remember I tried that Stardust? That shit was like that. I didn't mean to hit that. Yeah, I was listening to fucking these motherfuckers doing that oldie show and all that shit. They were fucking up a few songs from me, man. I was like, damn, bro. You shouldn't even have the right to play that motherfucking song. Shit. Let's see. A ver, ¿qué está pasando aquí, pues? I'm gonna see what songs. I'm gonna play certain songs I don't play because then they will fucking cut me out. Let's see. I does. Activists. The lovers are still on TikTok battling randoms. Fucking thirsty ass motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm having tap water. Ray man, what the fuck? White tap water, bro. Oh. Knob Creek 9-year whiskey, 120 goes down easy. Not tonight though. Yeah. I don't fuck with hard liquor. I know there's some good one. I just I just don't drink hard liquor, bro, because once I took my first shot, I don't stop. I don't get stupid or nothing, but I drink until I'm hungover. And not when I gotta go to work tomorrow. So I drink a quick beer, so I gotta wake up and go to work. So and to default shine. So I Pacifico. Taco shit. Which Budweiser style Crown Royal on cheap and almonds so that oh shit, the Natty Dad. That's what I drink. Every single time, whenever I can't find Natty Daddy, I drink Hurricane. I got Natty Daddy in this bitch. So maybe she won't. I only drink one. I could drink fucking 6 of them motherfuckers and I'll still be good. Which I've done in my life before. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Damn. I'm in New Orleans, man. These motherfuckers are crazy over here. I know a lot of good motherfuckers right here, man. Around this neighborhood, in New Orleans. Them fools are with the business, bro. They fucking tough. The bitches still looking for me. And you could take that to the bank. Everyone has their jail juice on minds. Vodka for fuck that. So bad. Sliding. In the aisle, don't second post. I said she was wise. That's why I was chosen. Cash flow. Looked in the face of death and took his mask off. Now I like my house bitch and my grass off. I like my girl face out and her ass north. But I'm Ray Charles to the bullshit. I thought I did bulls, 1:30 and you gotta work in a while. Started popping for a nigga. I should have got work in time is over. Damn. 1:30. I had to drive 2 hours over here. Take off and go in it. Bad. So maybe she won't. But shit, then again, maybe she will. Yeah. Going for the rich niggas in the fucking game. Hey, Memphis, and fucking New Orleans, bro. Two of the main spots that I frequent. Yeah, I still gotta drive back. I'm not gonna drive back till the morning though. But I gotta get up early. I gotta get up in like about I'm gonna be here for another 10 minutes, somewhere around there. I gotta drive like I gotta sleep like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And I gotta make it there in time for work. Shit, I've been everywhere, man. From Cali to Vegas, from Vegas to Arizona, Phoenix, Maricopa, to fucking New Mexico, and then I lived in fucking New York, right between New York, New Jersey, the border, then down into Scranton, Pennsylvania, now down here, down Memphis, now down here when I visit New Orleans, and shit, I was gonna move to North Carolina, real, but eventually I'm gonna make it back to Cali, cause ain't nothing gonna keep me away from Cali.
What up, Kate? I just needed time to do what I to do. Caught it, baby. I can't let it go. Whether it's right or forever. Yeah.
Little Raleigh, hey, yeah, AR baby, that's a long day
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Brothers of that Southwoods, you know.
I mean, where the fuck should I really even start? I got hoes that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my niggas across the street living large. Thinking back to the fact that they dead on my wrist with the bars. I got two phones, one need to charge. Twins, I can tear their ass apart. I got big packs coming on the way. I got big stacks coming.
What did Dub say about Fight Nine?
Lil Max with me. He the
You weren't listening the whole time?
big gap between us and the kid. In the next life, I'm trying to stay paid.
Taco Stay, go to my go check out my video. I just dropped it before I started this live. That'll let you know exactly what he said. Plus, I said it, that and more here. That fool said they used to save hoes with a mask and a cape. What the fuck? Motherfucker, stupid rich. I don't like that song. That one. Nightmare. I got to North Carolina. Go move to the city of Jones. That's right. You talking about Titletown? Oh, Inglewood, okay. Because you know, City of Champions, I mean,
no, she can't go back.
Northeast LA, it's going to get, it's his own get down.
Who came in for it? This is his own white commissioner.
Oh, New Orleans, yeah. That Northeast LA, NOLA.
And they pay us
Mardi Gras, everything, huh? Bro, French Quarter and everything, bro. I have to, every time I go there, bro, like, you have to have something on you because them motherfuckers make crazy, bro.
It's the way to get the bill.
BMX. No nigga wanna be like that. That's when he born short of some small when I see him let I get upset off. I turn all set on. I told him the other day that we saw that form. So here, Cardi B, I'm back, bitches. I don't
Who would do which one of you guys or ladies would do never mind.
when I put the dump in the port, through her shit, gone to work from home. It's not a reliable force. No, tell me, have you seen? Let me wrap my weave up. I'm the trucks and lean up. Tell me I got gasolina.
Grab Selena, huh? Completely different vibe. I fuck with Cardi though. Progressive overload. Fire, appreciate you.
Now, watch your man. You should watch your mouth. Fix the press. Administer mouth to mouth.
I don't like Nikki, so go ahead and stop that there. All that administer mouth to mouth shit, trying to sound smart and shit. I'm trying to see what I want to ask and what I don't want to ask. I mean, there's still someone who wants your family for me to. Oh no, 100%. That's how they do it over here, bro.
On it. She like, Vaughn, you already know. Just put your girl on sleep. I'm like, cool, I can do that, boo. What you want?
So have a good night. Have a good one, bro. You said.
Shit, I'm just laughing. Could have been the way I move my lips. Could have been a drive, the way I push the whip. You a hoe. Could have been a bitch, the way you throw a fit. But fuck that, right back to the script, cause this the major league. He got bricks, plus his nigga icing. Just rip that, it's like this. Told her his phone, meet her in the whip, but he ain't go. But he get that slow, say meet him at the store. I'm like,
All these are you Melly?
cook like two, I grab my Glock.
Are you the trap Selena?
Check the scope. If y'all 24, let me go. Maybe he's on now. He pulling up now. He double.
I feel like and Cardi says that shit. Like I said, I like Cardi. But to me it's just like when you say I'm the trap Selena. I remember Selena, man. Like I was a kid. And I was like Selena was all obviously Spanish music, but she broke out with her first English album, Tex Mex, all that shit. But she died in 1995, dude. I was a kid. All like, so imagine her being alive today. I know she means that as a compliment, which I take it as a compliment as well. But it's just like it's so different, you know, like it's so different. Trap Selena because I know it's a catchy phrase because you know like does she even speak Spanish, bro? Like to me it's like yeah, she done the song with fucking Bad Bunny and all that, you know, like dude ended up being bisexual, which to me is just like um don't play different shit. And none of you have even asked for a song. You guys ain't even trying to help me. Fucking hate it. I don't like words. Man, I mean, Selena would have been huge. Oh, 100%. I mean, bigger than she was by far. Yeah, it's a tragedy, right? What happened with that, man?
Where you want to go?
Just right.
Nah, my bad. Like, I know, like, you know, Manly, you said Manly, she's Trap Selena. I get it. I get I get what you're saying. You know, like, I was just focusing on Selena. Selena, that shit would have been crazy. I remember my mom, man. My mom, rest in peace, man. She recorded her last concert, and then Univision called it el último concierto, the last concert. And I remember that shit. At the time, there was these three sisters that were living with us. They used to rent a room. Actually, they used to rent two. After my parents got divorced, we had a 5-bedroom house, 6-bedroom, including the garage. And there was the three sisters that moved in with us. And in the garage, there was three Paisa brothers. Three Paisa brothers and then three sisters, right? They were like Americanized though. You know, they weren't Paisa girls, but the dudes were Paisas. And I remember fuck, that could be a whole video. Um Should probably bring love affairs, like I said before. Should probably bring that shit back. But anywho, around the time that Selena died, these three girls were all fucking with the three paisas, and they all got in a fucking whole love triangle, bro. To the point where one of the sisters caught one of her paisa boyfriend with her sister, and they got caught fucking. I was a kid, man. I was like, fuck what? I was like 10 years old. And I remember them banging on the door, pushed the door open. The sister jumped out. The main sister was a straight hoodie. Like she was a straight, she was a slip. She ran out the door with a thong on, putting up her thong, and it was the whole thing. Anywho, the say that to say that they were big Selena fans. They were big Selena fans. So when she died, they were all crying. My mom was crying. They recorded the last concert, and I just remember witnessing all this shit. So any of you that have kids, just like I have my kid, and like you guys, when you were that age, you remember everything that you witnessed, just like I witnessed. Probably different story, but same type of drama, you know, depending on what you went through. But it's funny. That's what I remember. Thank you. Thank you. There would be no J Lo without Selena. 100%. But she's talented though. I'll give her that much. J Lo, she's talented. The number one thing, let me put that back up there. The number one thing I remember, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys remember, is that how the fuck? I don't know if you guys remember when they were auditioning a lot of actresses for the Selena role. There was a bunch of actresses that looked exactly like Selena, or at least similar. And then they ended up picking J Lo that looked nothing like her. You know, but the rest is history now. But I remember that shit. You know, because like I said, on Univision, you had the lines, of auditions and everything. You know, Selena lookalikes and all that. But they ended up going with J Lo. You know, and we all know that J Lo already had experience in the industry and all that. So you know, it is what it is. That's just how Hollywood was working. How they work. It don't matter if you look like him or not. It just matters on what they want to do. The director, you know what I'm saying? Like the producers. And who knows what type of shit you're doing to get that spot too. El Chicano, what's up with it, my boy? Sam Mines. Oh yeah, bro. If Tupac would still be alive and Biggie, the rap game would have been way different too. Imagine, just imagine, fuck, bro. I mean, that's all we could do, right? Imagine, bro. For real, like that's all we could really do is just imagine. You know, we all know how it turned out. Those of us that are still alive, right? How it evolved. But imagine, bro, if Biggie and Pac were still alive, bro. That shit was a big tragedy, bro. Like for real, for real. Like, um, who knows, bro? Who knows? You know, like damn, bro. Like J-Lo ain't even Mexican. They just went with a Latina of the day. Yeah, exactly. It is what it is, Joe Below. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, man. I dropped a video earlier. If you guys gonna go want to go watch it, appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I've been on here for a few hours. Um, love you guys. You guys already know. I'm gonna come back when I come back. Um, yeah. Buster and Puff Daddy did that to both. Yeah. Selena way more talented than J Lo. Oh man, Selena was fucking real talent. Yeah, Selena was real talent, bro. On the dances and everything. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Love you guys. Have a good night.